Hi everyone, you're with Lucy, and today I'm going to show you how to make a creation with a jelly plate and a photo from a holiday. So if you like my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that button so that you get messages when I put up new videos. So what I have done is printed out a photo in black and white that I really loved from a trip I did to Leiden in Holland. And I'm going to use my jelly plate to transfer this photo over to my page. So this is a really fun project. What I did was I flipped my photo on my phone before I printed it so that when it turns out at the end it'll be the right way around, because obviously I'm going to turn my jelly plate over. So I'm using a large jelly plate for the beginning, but you really don't need to use a large jelly plate. And I've got other pictures here that I'm going to add, which I want to add some flowers as well. So the first thing I want to do is create a sky behind my windmill. And what I'm doing is I'm creating the sky just with some blue and some white, and I'm kind of just doing a really rough background. I'm not trying to smooth it. I want it to look rough. So then I'm taking my jelly plate and placing it on my journal page, giving it a bit of a roll down so all the colour goes down, and then I see I've got leftovers, so I'm just going to do that on the page next door. So you'll see that there's going to be two different transitions here of the first print and then the second print of the jelly plate. Now I've dried this off so that I can do my next colour. And I'm going to change to my smaller jelly plate because I actually wanted to show you that you really don't need to have a big jelly plate. If you've only got a small one, you can still do this project. So here I'm mixing some purple, so I'm just putting some purple and white together, and I'm just painting the background here of that windmill. And I'm going to do the same thing, using my photo as a bit of a reference for positioning. So this is fun because you never need to put your paint straight onto the page. And now I'm sort of putting some detail in. And you can see I'm just putting a little bit of detail, the darker sections with some black on the windmill. And I'm going to then transfer that to my page. And you can see through, so it's quite easy to do. This is such a fun project. And it leads you to do quite interesting effects. So now again, I'm just using a smaller brush and I'm just tracing. Pretty much this is just an exercise in tracing, which is so good because if you're not somebody who loves to draw, this is a great way that you can add that kind of impressionist. I kind of call this my impressionist jelly plate project. And you can see there how the windmill is really coming alive just with these bits of paint and that. Now I'm going to do some greenery, and I'm just using my little plate again, and I'm just choosing where my green needs to be, and I'm using a sort of a mid-green there so I can get just a background where the windmill stands. And I want to put some highlights and things on, so I'm just putting some clouds and bit of extra. You know, you can look around at this project and go, I can add a bit here, or I can add a bit there, and just clean your jelly plate in between so that you're not getting all the effects. Now I'm going to do some a little bit of a different colour to give the windmill a bit more depth, and I was really happy with the pink I used there. It's such a fun project. I hope you give it a go. And jelly plates have so many uses. I think that they're really underused. So here what I'm doing is I want to put some flowers on. So because I've got my blue and my green and everything, I'm just putting some white down just as a basis of where to put my flowers, and then I'm going to dry that off so it's nice and dry. And I've been using gesso for my white. You could just use a normal acrylic white if you like. And now I'm going to take some yellow to paint these daffodils, and this time I'm using my palette knife. So this actually lends itself to palette knife painting. Now you could say, why don't I just paint straight on the picture? I kind of like the randomness of this, how it kind of works as it kind of grows. Now I'm putting some of the darker orange for the centres. Now I'm not trying to get realism here. It's actually to me an Impressionist style painting. And you can see here I'm just adding some other little flowers. So I'm adding what I think look like tulips just with my palette knife. And just adding them. You can see how you just start to build a picture so easily. And I want to put some greenery in now, so I'm putting some, using my palette knife and some different brighter greens, a couple of different greens to create that grass kind of effect, the stems of the flowers. And you can use it again and again. You can see how you can sort of place it more than once before you clean it off. You can also, I cleaned it off with a cloth, but you could also take that to another piece of paper instead of wasting your ink. So just making sure my lids are all shut. And now I'm going to start adding some, this is actually a bit of a black colour, and I've just done two people. And you can see all I've done is a head with a little bit of a swirl underneath to make people, because this was a holiday I went on and I saw this windmill with my cousin, so I've just put us both into the picture. And now I'm putting some what I hope to look like a little bit of lavender on the page. So you can stop whenever you feel like it. I'm just going to keep adding little bits till I'm happy. And adding colour, putting a bit of yellow in the foreground, because yellow does bring the foreground forward. And you can see here even using the tracing. So the fun part about this is the actual tracing. So you can trace little daisies with your palette knife. And there we have some extra flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy the video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'll be doing lots more. And also my exciting new stamp range is coming out at the moment. So enjoy. Make sure you get those little highlights on and watch the rest of the video. Thank you so much. You're with Lucy.